What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to iStuff Gaming, and today we're going to be doing a Thor guide with the best build. Now, before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to keep up with any future content. I'll be leaving the link to my Discord in the description below. Also, if you'd like to watch me on Twitch, I'll always be leaving that link in the description as well. Now, I still firmly believe that Thor is one of the best junglers in the game. However, I know he has fallen off, and this character can be a little bit weird to use, so I wanted to go ahead and make a guide on him. The only people I think still outright beat him is just maybe Tsukuyomi and Nemesis. However, this character still has a lot to offer. Now, let's go ahead and get into his build. Alright, so if you watched my videos in the past, you know that I'm mostly a solo laner. This character can be flexed in the solo lane. However, I'm going to be giving you the damage build for when you are the jungler. Now, obviously, at level 1, you're going to be wanting to start with your Assassin's Blessing, and then you're going to want to go into a tier 1 mace. Now, it completely depends on what item you want to build. Personally, I like going to Yun's Wrath because it gives cooldowns, and it gives physical penetration with the 40 power and the mana, because Thor's mana consumption at the beginning is a little bit abysmal, and his cooldowns are actually kind of bad. However, if you feel like you can kill every single engagement and you want a little bit of extra damage, you can go with the Crusher. Me personally, I like going Yun's Wrath though. After this, you're obviously going to be going into Warrior Tabi. Once you go to Warrior Tabi, the cards you build next completely depends on how well you're doing in the game. If you are ahead, you're going to want to get Transcendence. If you're not ahead, but you're keeping up, you're going to want to go into the Sledge. This will give you some power, it'll give you health, and it'll give you mana with a CC reduction, plus it makes you a little bit tankier so you can be in those engagements just a little bit longer. However, most of the time, you're probably going to be going with Transcendence. Once you get Transcendence on, you're going to want to go into Erendite. Let me go find it for you. Right here, you're going to want to go into Erendite. Your ultimate is your engage ability. So, if you have Blink, obviously, but when you have this ultimate, they will basically instantly die the second you ult anybody on the map. This ultimate is really hard to deal with, even when you have wards on the map, because it can ult you from such a far distance away. Once you get this item on, you're going to want to either be going into another pen item, i.e. Titan's Bane and or Brawler's Beaststick, depending on the enemies that you're facing. Or if you're ahead, you can honestly go with Heartseeker. This does get the 10% physical penetration, and as you know, this item lets your abilities hit directly for their maximum health. Once you get this one of those two items on, you're going to want to get rid of Assassin's Blessing and go into a Bloodforge. At this point, you should be insta-killing almost any squishy that you run up against, and you should be able to fight any tanks. Once you get this card on, sell Boots. You're going to want to go into Elixir Speed. This will replace your boots with the movement speed and allow you to get another item on. Now, from this point is where it gets a little bit tricky. You can either go more power with another pen item, like i.e. a Titan's Bane or a Brawler's Beaststick, or you can go for something that's a little bit tankier. Personally, I recommend building Sledge somewhere in your build because it gives you the extra protections and allows you to get in and out of fights a little bit easier. However, if you don't want to go that item, you can go either a different tanky item, such as a Mental Discord, or you can go into, where's this called? You can either go into a Shifter Shield for the extra bit of power. You can honestly build Soul Eater on this character as well, but not last item. You'll probably want to start a little bit earlier, or you can just build that tanky item like I said earlier. However, I would always recommend having Sledge somewhere in your jungle build. This will make you a lot harder to deal with. Now let's do a quick overview of how his passive and his abilities work. First off, we're going to start with his passive, known as Warrior's Madness. Thor gains physical power for each enemy god within 30 units of him. You can tell when you have a stack if you look at the bottom, with your health bar. When I approach this own bot, you can see that my passive symbol pops up, and now I have an extra 10 power. If I go in between these two, now I have an extra 20 power. This will stack at 30 extra power. This is really, really strong. Up next, we have Mjolnir's Attunement. This is his first ability, this is his skill shot ability, and is his run move. So use this move very sparingly. So he'll throw his hammer forward, and if they hit a minion twice, the minions will take 80% damage, while gods will take an extra 200% damage from the hammer returning. This will do 210 flying forward, and then the extra 200% or 80% depending on who you hit when the hammer returns back to you. Now, you can cancel this early if you throw the hammer and press the ability again, and you'll teleport to your hammer's location. Let me go ahead and show you what that looks like. So if you throw it, you actually teleport to your hammer. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like when it just comes back on the return and how much damage the ability will actually do. As you see, it basically did double the damage. This is a very good hard-hitting ability. However, it is his hardest hitting. It is the hardest to miss. Up next, we have Tectonic Rift. Thor slams his hammer on the ground, causing a fissure to appear in front of him, stunning and blocking enemy movement. At max rank, this will stun at 1.6 seconds, and the fissure will last for 3.7 seconds throughout. So no matter what rank this ability is, it's going to last 3.7 seconds. Now, this move, I'm pretty sure you all know what it does. This can block your team and block enemy movement. So use this move very, very wisely, because you can actually screw your teammate over from getting a kill if you're not paying attention. Or you can screw your partner from getting out. Let me go and show you what it looks like. As you can see, he gets the stun, and now he has to follow the wall around to be able to get around it. So use this move wisely. Finally, we have the ability that makes Thor a potato. His third ability. He just spins in a circle. He'll hit you 3 times. The first 2 times will do 110, and then the final swing will do 125 at max rank. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Pretty forgiving arc. 1, 2, 3. That's it. It's a potato move. It hits really hard, and if you miss this move, you're kind of bad. Let's move on to his ult. So, his ult does have a lot of information on it. It's known as Anvil of Dawn. However, I'll go ahead and simplify it for you. Basically, he'll fly up into the air. He can land pretty far away. When he lands, it'll do 300 damage. It will stun for 1.5 seconds, and any hit afterwards will make any hits with Mjolnir, i.e. your first ability, your third ability, or your basic attacks, will do arc damage. This arc damage will do 55 damage at max rank. Think of it almost like a Zeus 1. When you basic attack, it will arc to that person, and then arc to 2 extra person around that enemy god. Let me go and show you what this ult looks like. Whee! Land. As you can see, my attacks are doing a little bit more extra damage. So this ultimate is a very amazing engagement tool. So don't be afraid to use its ultimate. This ultimate is also a really good run move. So use it how you see fit. However, I would always recommend using it as an engaging tool, especially if you have Erendite on. So finally, we're going to be talking about Thor's game plan and how he engages into team fights. So like I said, he's going to be engaging with his ult. After you hit your ult, you're going to be hitting your second ability. After you hit your second ability, you're going to basic attack, hit your third ability, basic attack, and then if they survive all of that, you're going to throw your first ability and chase them down, or if they die, you use your first ability to get out of engagement. However, most of the time, they're just going to instantly die the second you ult. Let me go ahead and show you what that combo looks like one more time. Get an ult, come down, basic, stun, basic, 3. And they should instantly die. Then afterwards, you can keep fighting if you want to, throw your first ability, and get right back out. That's it. So that is Thor in a nutshell. Yes, his kit is very, very easy to use, and he's a very easy character to learn. Where this character gets a little bit more complicated is in the skill shot of how you aim your hammer and where you put your walls. Sometimes even if when you're going for an engagement, let's say there is a jungle right here, when you come into the mid or the left or the right, you can actually use this to wall off their exit before you go into engage. However, be sure that when you put down your wall, that you pay attention to where your team is, how much damage your team is doing, and whether or not your team can kill. Because using this wall can actually screw your team over more than you think. So, the only things I have to really say, learn your placements with your 2, and then learn how to hit your hammer. You don't always have to use this as an escape, because this ability will do plenty of damage. Arguably, will do more damage than his third ability if you manage to hit both hits. But if you like this video, or you have any comments or questions, leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out my Discord, check out my Twitch, and without further ado, I'll catch y'all later.